Jeff and Amanda from ZooMontana and Babs, the Bloodhound, who, I mean, she is so soft, but I just want to pet her, but she's sound asleep.
She's actually snoring. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear her or not. She is, it is way too early for her, and as you can tell. I wanted to go back to their sense of smell real quick. A couple things I forgot to mention. One is I was talking about they're not the best hunting dogs in the world, but they can be used for antler hunting. A lot of us obviously like to look for elk, antlers and what have you, and they're great for that. The other thing that just blows me away is that they are so good at their smell, they can actually scent 1 to 2 cells. I mean, that's how little they need in order to pick up a scent, which is just wild. And then they can also discern different smells with each nostril. So essentially she could smell a deer with this nose and maybe a bear with this nose. Just remarkable. I mean, they're just absolutely amazing. And yeah, and so talking about them as pets, obviously Amanda's got 3 of them, and they can be great loyal dogs. But there are a couple things to keep in mind. Number one is that they're stubborn, and I think Amanda can attest to that. They have their own ways of doing things, and that's the way it's going to be. The other thing is that they're messy. They're slobbery dogs. There's a lot of spit and slobber that comes out of their mouth, which isn't everybody's cup of tea. And the other thing is that they live 10 years, but that's not a super long lifespan. And so sometimes people have to think of that. And Amanda was just saying that 2 of the biggest issues that they have are the issues with their ears, because their ears are so big. In fact, the world record dog holder of the largest ears of Bloodhound is 14 inches long. Their ears were. I mean, it's huge.
Wow.
But the other big problem that they have is bone cancer. Most of their weight, I think it'd be a 100-pound dog, most of their weight is actually in their bones. They're just a big boned animal. And so they often have problems with those bones later in life.
So does she have or they have a hard time jumping up on the bed and things like that? Do you have to pick them up, put them on the bed, or can they jump okay? Or
they can jump on the bed, but you try not to let them.
Yes.
Sure.
And you did say they're a counter dog too. Like they like to get up on the counter, and that sense of smell. You're trying to cook dinner or you make lunch.
That drives them nuts.
It just drives them nuts. That's exactly
I didn't think about that.
I mean, we all have. If those of us have dogs, you know how they whine for food. Imagine when that smell is as good as theirs.
Now 3 of them? Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, and her biggest one is over 100 pounds. I mean, so I don't know how she does it. And they do need a lot of space, so you have a pretty good sized yard that they could run in, and that's important for them. They are a active dog, and so having that space for them is important too. They're not a big lazy dog that's going to sit on the couch all day. They like to move.
Right. Do they like to bark a lot too? I mean, they're always barking. So you have a good alarm system at the house right now with 3 dogs barking on trees.
Don't mess with Amanda. Exactly.
I think I need to get one of these and use them to track my iPhone, maybe my car keys, anything that I lose.
Not a bad idea, actually. I like that. Maybe you can rent her out. Yeah, I like it.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll be back after this.